coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, good morning. I got my cup that I bought from Georgie's store with my coffee in it. And wow, this thing's a little bit high up. Let's fix that. There we go. And yeah, I slept in this morning. So let's see. Oh, we got Yoda. Good morning. Patty, Tim, Tammy Pearson, Deb, Dwayne. Welcome. Good to see you all here this morning. It's a good morning. We got a bunch of people on YouTube and a couple of you guys on X. Thank you so much. How are you all? I'm having a great morning. You know, sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I'm still catching up on the news this morning though, because I slept in. So I'll be scrolling through the news a little bit this morning. I'll share my X screen with you guys. There we go. Whoa, no, I want it like that. There we go. Anything exciting happening in your guys' world? Good morning, Redzilla. Yankee Bell, good morning. Yesterday was a good day. Got a lot of good stuff done. There we go. I couldn't jump on with Coop and Georgie as they were reading the new motions. I did find it funny. Did you guys see? Yeah, Bubbles did a bar complaint on Randy. It's like, you're just pissing off the judge, dude. you're just pissing off the judge. The judge has already said he wants everybody to play nice, and you're not. So good luck, dude. Uh, and a lot of people, as they're talking about this, they're like, can can the judge stop this? The judge can't stop the bar complaint, but he can absolutely, if this gets brought up, which I'm sure it will, it'll be discussed with the judge. Oh, good morning, bestie. My bestie, who by her mere existence pisses people off. uh, here's a good story. Woman struck by stray bullet from domestic dispute in San Bernardino County. That's where I live. Let's now we. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Is this where you live?" Not necessarily. I live in the biggest county in the United States. Our county is bigger than Rhode Island, which also makes it bigger than a couple countries out there, like uh, bigger than a couple European countries. Um, Woman sitting in her living room was struck by a stray bullet fired toward her San Bernardino County home last week involving a nearby domestic dispute, authorities say. Uh, Responded around 11 a.m. to the shooting in the 3,000 block of Duffy Street in Muscoy. So it was in Muscoy. A bullet traveled through the victim's residence, ultimately striking her in the upper body. She sustained no non-life threatening injuries. Um, it was the domestic dispute between a suspect identified as 46-year-old Vita Luna of Muscoy and another woman. Sometime during the dispute, Luna discharged a firearm, which ultimately struck the first female victim, Sheriff's Department stated. He fled in a Nissan Pathfinder after the shooting, but was arrested a few days after a search warrant was served as his residence. He is currently out on a $3,500,000 bail. Yeah, $350,000 bail. Sorry. So there we go. That was Muscoy. I'm not sure where Muscoy is. I think that's way up north. I fought a home warranty company so hard yesterday they canceled my policy and refunded most of my money. They are such a ripoff. I've had people try to talk me into a home warranty, and my brother has one, and he isn't like he tried to use something from it and he wasn't that happy with it. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like just a different type of insurance to me. I could be wrong. Could be wrong, and I could be stupid for not having one. Did you talk about that on your show? I did see that you went live, and I haven't been able to watch it because I was still at the office, Larry, when you went live. I'm just looking through to see what kind of. Blah, blah, blah. My transcript's finally updated, and I have a deposit date bestie. Nice, nice. A friend of mine just I was talking with her last night. She just graduated from community college, so she's got her associate's degree. So there's a lot of positive stuff happening. As clear of a case of illegality as there is, mass judge to hear arguments over Trump NIH cuts. This is going to be another one of those bullshit things where people are saying, "Oh, he's doing all this," and it's stuff that he can absolutely do. Um, okay, so I can't pull it up. So sorry, Boston Globe. You want to play that shit? I'm not doing it. Trump admin launches probe into extremely lax HHS vetting for migrant kids that left thousands vulnerable to sex trafficking and exploitation. That's why they were brought here. like, like that's how a lot of these kids got here, was through sex trafficking. So sending them back makes them more exploitative. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, seen the pics on Discord. What? What is that over? Okay. Got my tax refund today, which will help fix my frozen pipes. I hate winter. Um, that sucks that you have to fix your pipes. One thing I always tell people is if you're gonna do anything home improvement, okay, look to see, especially if you're gonna use your tax refund, look to see if there's some way of doing it where you can get a tax deduction for next year's. So that way uh you're ensuring a cycle where you can take your tax money, improve on your home, which ultimately does improve on your wealth, but get it done where it's cheaper. Like I was just talking to someone who needs to get their roof done, and I was like, look, whether it's solar panels, whatever it is, find a way to get it done where you can get tax money back on it. And that way your tax money kind of becomes this rolling thing of home improvement, and your home will get nicer and worth more. Uh, hmm. I'm just looking through these, just seeing what's out there. I noticed there were two streams done about me yesterday, and after my video, because there was one stream, I got reports back, so I did my stream, and then there was another stream that came out. And see, this is the way I operate. When people are attacking me, I don't freak out. I just prepare. So the video that I had, that I did before his second stream went out. I was already ready for it. And I was like, this guy's going to go live. He's going to talk about me again. And when the moment I find out it's happening, I'm going to verify it. And this is going to go out. And sure enough, I was all ready for it. And I got a message that, hey, you're being talked about on his live stream. And I was like, okay, here we go. Time to make him look the fool again. And sure enough, that's what I did. And I'm sure he I took a look this morning. I didn't see where he was talking about me, but you don't think I'm ready? I'm ready. I am ready. Um, but yeah, with what he was saying last night, it was like, oh, dude, yeah, you, I will make a fool of you. I will absolutely make a fool of you. And you guys saw the video. You heard his own words where, it was just attacks. It was just attacks against me. And all these people were coming to me saying, stop with the stupid stuff. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not stopping. I am not stopping. Every time he does a stream about me, oh, I will have something to say. Why should I stop? I sat quietly for a month. I sat quietly for a month, and then he started his shit up again. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Bubbles' bar complaint. It's stupid. It's not going to go anywhere. It's like the bar. Here's what the bar is going to do. Okay. No, they're not going to do anything. And the judge is not going to be happy about it, because the proper way to address that would be with the judge. It would be with the judge. Um, See, this is where Bubbles He's almost a day late and a dollar short because he is not in Florida. He's in Massachusetts. So whenever they talk to the judge, Randy can be right there in front of the judge, right there in front of him. So it gives that will give you a leg up. It will. Um, the crit the president's critics fired back after an unrealistic claim about his approval rating. Um, let's see. What's the unrealistic claim? An approval rating of 71% and another one of 69. None of the pollsters tracked by either Real Clear Politics or 538. They're really going to go with this 538 bullshit. 538 is not, first off, they're not a pollster. And secondly, they're not credible. 538 got embarrassed again. Real Clear Politics is who you should be watching for if you want to read about polls. Gallup found them 45% approval compared to 51% who disapprove. CNN has them at 47-52. Washington Post Ipsos 45-53. Reuters at 44. You notice how they go back to all these same pollsters, the ones that got embarrassed. You're not talking about the most accurate pollsters. Now, I'm not saying he's got a 69 or 71%. I think what Doge is doing and the cuts he's making, I think those are incredibly popular. Yeah, I think those are incredibly popular. Um, and who are they quoting? A bunch of crazy liberals calling him like this is why the HuffPost got in trouble. This is why they all thought Kamala and Clinton were going to win. Like, it's ridiculous. All you're doing is taking, like, is he taking a part of a poll and claiming it as the whole? Yeah, he is. And politicians do that all the time. It's stupid. I agree. But to do whole articles on it and quote, just completely insane liberal pundits, yeah, no. That's why no one trusts HuffPo. It's okay, Jessica. I'm glad you made it to the party. Nicole Kidman, you're old, Grandma. Stop trying to act like you're not old. Make us some cookies, god damn it. Um, if this is about the Beavis family, the mother's body was not retrieved. Last I saw, the children, their bodies were turned over. Trump vows to cut off federal funding to Maine over refusal to comply with no women in men's sports order. Yeah, California refused to comply. Illinois is refusing to comply. And if Maine, yeah, I'd cut off federal funding. They're like, yeah, sorry. Dudes don't belong in women's sports. If you have a dong, you shouldn't be in the ladies' sports. The ads are aggressive this morning. Sorry. 6K or more IRS employees have been fired. Um, yeah, but I would imagine those are all probationary employees. Everyone's freaking out about these cuts, and they're all probationary. They're either probationary or DEI. My son is on Little Rock Air Force Base. The roads are so icy they lowered the speed limit. I'll tell you this. I don't know about other bases, but my base, where I'm at every day, the roads have gotten horrible. They are not taking care of the roads. Instead, they're slowing everyone down. And It's like, just fix the roads, dude. You see with the military, a lot of this, they're trying to do social engineering through infrastructure. And I can't tell you how many times do I have to learn the lesson that that does not work. Um, I'm going to show you guys something. This is the university that I went to. Okay. Social, we learned a long time ago that social engineering does not work. So this was the campus that I went to. Look at all these crazy lines every which way. And it's like that all over campus. Here's another look right here. So it's all over campus. This is the University of Toledo. You can go look at it for yourself. Here's what they did. When they build buildings, they don't um, they don't pave the pathways. They plant the grass. And then they see which way do the students walk and they build their own, where do the natural pathways occur? And then they go through and they pave those. And what that does is it makes the grass greener because now no one's walking on the grass. You're taking they call them desire paths. So wherever those natural paths occur, you pave them, and then everything looks great. And people are going the way they normally would walk. But yeah, a lot of bases, a lot of, yeah, the military just hasn't learned that a lot of a lot of social engineering does not work. And it's the military is a big place. The US military tries so much social engineering. Yeah, they are cleaning up the swamp. They're going to drain it. This thing with Doge, this needs to be not an annual thing, but every couple years, like every 3 years, Doge should have to go through everything. No, no, they announced hiring 80,000 IRS agents, Jeff Grady. See, again, that was a right wing talking point. Oh, they're hiring 80,000. It wasn't all at once, it was over many years. So that 6K, I would be willing to bet that 6K was all those people that was part of that 80K goal. But see, when you work for the government, you are probationary for 2 years. So all those people are still probationary, and that's why Trump was like, "Yeah, no, no, you're gone." This massive expansion of these government entities we're ending right now, and that's why I dealt with it yesterday. People sending me VA things. The VA, the right and the left both do it. They play politics with the VA. The VA is not cutting benefits. They cut DEI programs. That's the benefit that you lost. You can't you can't get a gender transition at the VA anymore. That's what they cut. Other cuts were probationary employees. And probationary, there's not a hiring freeze. Like, you can still hire, it just has to go all the way up to the agency secretary. So it has to be an immediate need for you to hire someone. You're not just hiring people because, well, this office needs more people. And that's a huge problem of the military. They're supposed to do what they call a TO and E review, table of organization and equipment. And you're supposed to look at all the equipment and all the people and pick up every little thing and say, do we need this? Do we need this person? And you get a lot of problems when they don't do that. Is 62 still under construction? It seemed was a perpetual. Um, so there's no major construction on 62 right now. They did a lot of dumb things. California really seems to think that putting up barriers and medians, which force people to do U-turns, they think that makes things safer. It doesn't, because now you have people fucking up traffic with U-turns, and Californians definitely don't know how to drive, and for sure don't know how to do a U-turn. They're constantly pulling out in front of people. um, I, I think I hated roundabouts until I lived overseas. Now I'm a firm believer in roundabouts. Like a lot of places that have lights should have roundabouts. But yeah, no major construction on 62 that I'm aware of right now. And even when they do construction, they do it really stupid. They do it in the summer during the day. Hottest part, like do that at night. Like do that at night. If I work on a road crew during the summer, I would much rather work at night. It's still hot, it's just not hot as balls hot. Talking numbers with the hubby. What kind of numbers are we going on a vacation? Did they boo the national anthem last night? Canadian singer changes lyric? Oh, she changed the lyric in "Oh Canada." Who cares? Hey, John. Good morning. Uh, they put a lot of crap. They put a lot of crap in as the morning news. Ooh, here we go. Las Vegas Review Journal. Let's put this one up. Woman allegedly beaten by Nevada Las Vegas corrections officer gets $350,000 in settlement. North Las Vegas City Council on Wednesday approved a $350,000 settlement for a woman who alleged in a federal suit that she was beaten by a correction officer at the city jail, breaking her. We hope you appreciate. Okay, well, if she was beaten, she deserves the money. And that corrections officer, is the union going to fire that corrections officer? Hmm? Hey, good morning, Stephen. Here in Belgium, there are a lot of roundabouts. Most major work happens at night. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. Here, it's crazy hot. It gets crazy hot, heroes. Like it'll get for you guys, it'll be like in the 40s. So yeah, it's crazy hot here. For Americans, yeah, that's definitely hundreds. Um, See, I can go from Celsius to Fahrenheit. But yeah, it, that's just too hot, way too hot to be doing a lot of that work. So just do it at night. You got lights, you got floodlights. Oh, this is hilarious. Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria, defends herself against fake Spanish accent, accusation that makes me normal. Have you guys heard her talk? Have you heard her talk? She like she's from Massachusetts, but she speaks with a Spanish accent because she lived in Spain for a couple years. It's like it it is so sad that these two are just trying their damnedest to be likable. I don't know who's worse, the Baldwins or Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And I'm probably going to get into that trial and everything because that's just a whole buttload of crazy. Let's face facts. Blake Lively she's had kids. She doesn't look as good as what she used to. That's ultimately what that whole lawsuit is about. Um, I'm not saying she can't be a leading actress, not at all, but she's not going to get the sexy roles that she wants. Like, that's sorry, women. That's what happens to your body after you have a kid. You get a mom bod. Um, if she doesn't like it, hit the gym and start changing your body. But to start, a bunch of lawsuits. Yeah, I'm glad all this Me Too bullshit is just getting ripped down. It was so stupid. I thought Amber Heard was the end of it, but apparently not. So now we'll knock them down. But these two right here, they need to be knocked down a peg. I was so pissed at I think the New Mexico DA, I think she purposefully blew the Alec Baldwin case. He should have been held accountable. He was the executive producer. He was the guy ultimately in charge. And he just didn't take the safety steps. Um, Stump reportedly plans to take control of the U.S. Postal Service and step towards privatization. U.S. Justice Department to investigate Medicaid billing practices, United Healthcare. There's no way this is an actual White House account, said one ASMR YouTuber. That's weird. Gosh Patel, got it. Uh, Ross Perot Jr. sees big concern on Trump tariff threats. Okay, well, so his dad was famous and ran for president. I don't get why Ross Perot Jr. why his didn't make his money. Like his dad made all their money. Uh, just because you have money doesn't necessarily mean you're good at business. Doesn't necessarily mean that your opinion matters. I wish they would stop the Obamacare BS. Here's the thing: Obamacare. That was okay. Obamacare was so stupid because of all the political clout that they expended to get that. It really doesn't do anything. That was a push for universal health care. Universal health care will never work in the US. It'll never work. It's like the VA. The VA is as close as you're going to get to the government running healthcare, and it sucks. It's the biggest insurer in the United States, and it gets the worst marks. And I'm telling you, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. It's free. You get what you pay for. Um, Obamacare did it put all these things, and all it did was establish new minimums for procedures and prescriptions and stuff like that. Well, when you set a new minimum, guess what? The price goes higher because instead of negotiating from zero, you're now negotiating from what the government set as the minimum. So all it did was raise the price of healthcare, and there's been plenty of studies showing that. And it gave all these people healthcare. Really, a better thing for healthcare is something like I know they call it Romney Care because Romney put it in Massachusetts, but it really isn't Romney Care. It has been changed and expanded, but every state doing its own healthcare system, that doesn't offend me at all. They're gonna fail, but if you want to vote that into your state, you go right ahead. I'm here in California. Medi-Cal is it sucks. Everyone I know who's got Medi-Cal will tell you it sucks. Now imagine if the government, the VA turned over all of their hospitals to HHS. And the VA said, okay, well, you can go to a federal facility under HHS, or you can go into community care. And we do have community care now. Most veterans would opt for community care. But by turning over all those hospitals to HHS, all those hospitals would be immediately accepting of Medi-Cal and places like that. And also you could, instead of having a county hospital that, yeah, all your your indigent people are going to. Now you have a federal hospital that they can go to. And again, the care will suck, but it'll be free. You get what you pay for. If you don't want to pay for healthcare, okay, you'll still have healthcare. It's just going to suck. Could Los Angeles be the readiest city in the United States? They should do what Chicago was doing a thing with cats, stray cats, and spaying and neutering cats, but putting them back out on the street. They would build like these boxes for the cats to stay in, simply to get the vermin population under control. I don't normally talk politics, but I like to hear all opinions. Do you think Zelensky is a dictator? Well, he's certainly acting like one. He's not allowing for an election. Uh, Here's the thing: like, I really don't care who the uh, who the leader of Ukraine is. Ukraine should not be in NATO. We started everything with the Russian-Ukrainian war because we were dead set on putting Ukraine in NATO. It should never happen. In 1997, Bill Clinton promised Boris Yeltsin that he would not bring Ukraine into NATO. And Russia was good with that. And every president up until Biden affirmed, yep, I'm not bringing them into NATO. And we had peace. All of a sudden, Biden came in, oh, we're going to bring them into NATO. And they started taking steps to do that. And all of a sudden, war broke out. It's like, yeah, there's a reason why we wanted buffer nations in between uh, NATO and Russia. You, a buffer serves as a border per se, and good borders do keep countries from fighting each other. But yeah, Russia, they didn't want NATO in Ukraine, and they wanted their Russian speaking population in Ukraine protected. So that's why that happened. And Russia has controlled the Russian speaking areas in Ukraine. They will never give those up. And people who are expecting them to give them up are crazy. Those are Russian speakers. They believe themselves, even though they're Ukrainians, they believe themselves to be ethnically Russian. It's much like the Kurds. Iraq, Turkey, Syria, they don't want a Kurdistan. The only difference between the Kurds and everyone else, everyone thinks they're not Muslims. Oh, they're Muslims. They just speak Kurdish. That's the difference. They have a culture, a different culture. Um, and they want to have their own country. So if you keep messing with some of these things, there's going to eventually be a Kurdistan, which all these countries, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, they do not want, because that would be a big country taking a big chunk out of their stuff. And like, and I, for one, I'm about peace, so I don't think that we should be like some people think we should force a Kurdistan. Oh, I don't. I don't. Why are we going to create more conflict? So, Ukraine should acknowledge that its Russian speaking areas are now gone and sign a peace deal. And all this could have been avoided by just not bringing Ukraine into NATO. And Ukraine still is not in NATO. We took steps to do it, and we need to back off of that. And I guarantee you that's going to be a condition of peace. NATO, not nature. Did I say nature? I meant NATO. Oh, you said, okay. I see it now. Yeah. Yeah. Ukraine should not be in NATO. There's no strategic purpose. Like, a lot of these people that wanted us involved, I was like, there's no strategic advantage. And that's why everyone who thinks we should be confronting Russia, what strategic value does that bring? I mean, you can let me know. I will listen to you. I just don't see any strategic value, and I've never seen anyone be able to articulate that to me. You think the last one was bad? Wait until the next one. The next one, what? Next war? We're conspiring against Yoda? Over what? Oh, good morning, Mama Coop. I was gonna go get more coffee, but I'm looking, it's almost 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna get going so that I can make it into the office a little bit early. Work calls don't blame you. Yeah, I do want to check out the Huff's video, Larry's video of his time in Afghanistan. Oh, the flipper? Yeah, I'm not using an avatar. I did see it. I love it. Uh, and yeah, so I did see it. I wish there was some way with the bar down here where I could have an image next to it. That would be great. But yeah, I did like those images. Thank you, Mama Coop. Am I going to be on the Wilbarns? I'll try to. I just don't know how busy today is going to be. When I'm in at the office, people are in and out of my office uh, all day long, and I do keep certain shows and stuff on in the background. I do listen to Coop and Georgie when they come on. If I can, you guys have seen me. If I can get in there and chat, I'll get in there and chat. If I can get in and be on the stream, I will. But it's never like you never know what the day will bring. Border countries were neutral with Russia. Ukraine and U.S. are talking NATO stuff. All hell breaks loose the first week of conflict. A ceasefire agreed upon. Russia agreed. Ukraine backed out. Yep, 100%. You're completely correct there, Jeff. And the thing is, like, Ukraine offers us nothing strategic. And yeah, Zelensky, he's just mad because he is not going to stay in power. He lost a war. Like, you are in an area. It's ever since the Mongols invaded what's today Eastern Europe. A lot of those countries go for Asiatic despotic rulers, strong rulers who don't care about the people. You saw that in communism. You saw that, with the Mongols. You see it with, yeah, they had Boris Yeltsin, who was essentially just a drunk who didn't really care. And then they immediately moved to Putin. So they like these strong male leaders who are just going to kind of be dictators. That's what they're used to. And you see that along a lot of areas of Asia. China, it was born in China and just kind of spread. Not every Asian country, though, but a lot of them. But Russia, Ukraine have definitely grabbed upon that model. Zelensky, it is now. I was telling people a year ago, the war is over. Ukraine lost. That's it. It's all said and done. But some people, wanted to argue with me. Well, now they're gonna lose because the U.S. is gonna cut off funding, and as we've seen so many times, all the way back to Vietnam, these countries fighting these wars, if we cut off funding, they lose. Like they would not be able to fight the wars without our money, and that's what's going to happen in Ukraine. And Zelensky is no longer going to be the leader of the country. They don't keep weak leaders. Sent you a funny picture of my handiwork. Okay, if my phone's on the charger over there, so if you sent it there, I've had 6 ads on my TV, nothing on my phone. I don't know what to tell you. YouTube is weird. I didn't change any of my settings, not a one. I think if I think they do set things up differently for TV and for what's it your phone. I do think they do that. All right, folks. Ukraine was going to sign a peace deal, and Boris Johnson was made by NATO to go and put a stop to it. Yep. And look at all the lives that were not saved. Do you know why Russia was able to take over those areas very quickly? Because those people are Russian speaking and they consider themselves ethnically Russian. You can't hold, we've seen this how many times? You can't hold control of a populace that decides they don't want you there. Trump only likes someone if he can respect them, even if he doesn't agree. He doesn't respect Zelensky. Yeah, there's some truth to that. I've known a lot of guys just like Trump. A lot of guys in the military are very much like Trump, and yeah, they if they don't respect somebody, yeah, oh, I don't care what that guy says. In fact, they will actively work against someone that they don't respect. So that's true. All right, folks, I'm gonna get going. I've got to get into the office. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see if any more stupidity happens today. I will be on the lookout, and yeah, I didn't start the drama, but if you bring it to me, oh yeah, you bring it to my doorstep, I'm gonna engage. I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping until you stop. So there we go. All right, folks, thank you so much. You all have a great and beautiful day out there. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.